If you want financial freedom, time freedom, and want to leave a legacy for generations to come, you probably have heard real estate investing is the place to do that. How do you get started? What do you have to do? When's the right time? If you are looking for those answers, you've come to the right place. My name is Kyle Stanley, and this is Fearless Flipping. My mission is to help you learn this business and conquer real estate investing. Hey, we have got a fun one this week. It's Stratton Brown coming in from just about 40 feet away from me over at the office here in the hub in Fresno, California. And the big thing that I want to get into with Stratton is his approach with wholesaling. Before we do that, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and comment below on this video. If you find something in this video or in past videos that has helped you to be able to conquer real estate investing, please share so that we can go ahead and give you a shout out on the next video podcast. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast, no matter if it's Apple, Google, Spotify, whatever you're listening on, go ahead and leave a review, and the same deal, share something that has helped you so that we can give you a shout out. Now with Stratton, what I'm excited about is his story. He's young, he's ambitious, he's doing a lot of things. We've actually done a deal together, which is really exciting. But at the same time, I want you to see the methods in which he's doing things. And then in that second episode, we're going to get into a little bit deeper on one of those topics. But let's get to this first one with Stratton Brown here on Fearless Flipping. All right, to my left, Stratton. We are getting ready to start this thing. Stratton and I have actually done a deal together. So right here in Fresno, that's the great thing about this business is that, you don't work against each other, you work together. Yep. And so I'm excited to have Stratton here with us. So Stratton, before we get started, we've got, you're only 24 years old. We got a great story to share with our audience about you. You're already a dad. You've got a lot of stuff on your plate, but I want to know, what is your most interesting or weirdest real estate investing story?
So when I was working for Alan, we marketed a lot to notice of defaults.
Okay.
And so we marketed to this notice of default. I don't even know what we called her. We had a nickname for her.
Okay.
Because we called her, and then she backed out, and then she called me again randomly 6 months down the road when me and Alan, we didn't even remember, and she just gave me a call seeing if she could sell us the property now. It was a condo. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, awesome. I'll come over, I'll bring a contract and everything else. We'll go through it, we'll sign it, we'll buy the property, and we'll go from there. And so I go over there, and the house is disgusting.
Okay.
It's a condo. The house is
like a hoarder house or what?
Like a hoarder condo.
Okay.
We go in there, and we have Anna, a girl who worked with us at the time, and she came with me. This is one of her first appointments, and she was shadowing me. We go in there. The house just smells like cats and cat piss and everything else. And she's a little bit just off, and she's just a weird woman. She's the crazy old
cat lady.
She's a crazy middle-aged cat woman.
Okay, got it.
Middle-aged. And so we're walking through there. I'm walking through the house and everything else, and it's just mold, in the ceiling and everything else. She's like, well, they won't replace the roof. It's their job, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then I was like, okay, I need to take some look into the rooms. I just need to see all of them. I'm going, I look in her bedroom. It's just stuff stacked high. I go in her daughter's room, and she has a bunch of pets in there, and she's laying there with her boyfriend, and she's 21 years old. And I was like, eh. And then I'm like, okay, well, I need to see in this bathroom. She's like, well, I haven't been in there for 10 years.
Oh, no.
I was like, what? She's like,
Is it the only bathroom in the house?
There's another one. She had one in her room.
Okay.
She's like, I haven't been in there in 10 years. And I walk in there, and there's just trash bags, all the way up. I was like, what in the hell is going on here? Oh, and so I had to go in there, take my pictures and everything else. And then at the end of it, I'm just like, okay, awesome. So here's what we can buy it at. I'll be able to give you however much. It was below $100,000, probably below 50.
Okay.
And I went through the contract with her. I was like, okay, here's what we'll pay you. Here's what you get paid outside. Once everything's done, it's going straight to your pocket. And she's like, awesome. I'm like, okay, we'll get this started. We'll get this open with escrow and everything else. Don't even worry about it. 2 days later, I get a call from her just screaming at me, nice. Blowing up my phone, saying, you're ripping us off. I'm not selling my house for that. You didn't tell me that. Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. And I'm just like, well, we went over the contract, and I said, this is how much I can pay you, and this is how much you'll get. And you agreed.
Right. She must have just had people whispering.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I have another flipper on the phone, and she's going to tell you what's what, and blah, blah, blah. And so, some random person's like, oh, no, I'm a flipper, and I can pay this for the property. I was like, okay, great, ma'am, but we can pay this.
Right. Well, you had a signed contract.
Yeah,
right?
we had a signed contract and everything else. And so I'm just like, I'm sorry, we have to just go forward with the transaction and everything else. If you do want to cancel, no problem. I mean, it's honestly not worth our time to have just a disgruntled customer.
Right.
So we cancel the contract, and she keeps blowing up my phone. And I have voicemails, like, for weeks after. Like, I blocked her and everything else. We're like, it's not worth it. And she's just, oh, how dare you? How dare you do this to me? And the contract's already been canceled.
It's already been canceled.
And she's just blowing up my phone and everything else.
Maybe the smell of cat urine just got to her.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Cat urine and mold. But that's like the only crazy thing. One time we went to a house and the dude was a hoarder, but his day job was to clean out hoarders' houses. So we'd hoard the hoarder stuff. And so there was just nonsense up to my shoulders.
So he's also a projector. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hey, that's the type of people you deal with, right? That's why I let you find the deals and bring them to me, because I don't want to deal with that stuff. But we're going to get into a lot of that. I'm sure you have tons of stories, but the story that I want to hear about right now is really yours. You're 24 years old. You know, you have been making a name for yourself in wholesaling here in Fresno for a couple of years now. But just kind of walk me through, you know, I know you've got a college sports background. I know you've got a kid. You know, just share with our audience who you are today and what's brought you here.
I'm originally from Bluffdale, Utah. I got me and my two sisters, and both my parents are entrepreneurs. My dad owns and runs an electrical company, and then my mom owns one of the biggest privately owned adoption agencies in the country.
Nice.
I mean, I just thought, like, oh yeah, this is what you guys do. This is what we do. If we need to leave, this is what life is. And so I grew up, played sports, played a bunch of sports. I was on the junior national rugby team in high school.
Wow.
Went to England and everything else.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went to Snow College out of high school because I had no scholarship offers, but I wanted to play football. So I went to junior college, and then I went to Fresno State.
Nice. And you played football at Fresno State?
Yeah, I played football at Fresno State for 3 years.
Okay.
All conference, and then I got like a mini camp invite to the Seahawks.
Wow.
But when I was going to the Seahawks, I was for sure thinking I was about to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go so hard. I better learn how to invest my money or else I'm going to be on broke.
Wow.
Like
you were one of the smart ones.
I guess so. I mean, I anticipated being stupid.
So you were preparing for the future.
So I was preparing for the future. I got into a bunch of Grant Cardone, Bigger Pockets, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I was just listening to it all the time. And then I make it to the Seahawks. I'm there for like 4 days. Like, yeah, you're way too slow. I was like, all right. And so then my kid was on the way. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm done with it. I don't really want to. I know the amount of work it'll take me just to get another shot. And I'd rather start a career.
And how old's your kid?
Zeno's 2. He turned 2 last month.
That's awesome. So, and when did you start real estate investing?
I started real estate investing kind of when I got back. So when I got back from the Seahawks, I was really into real estate. I was going to like Jerry Orlowski's meetups. And I started a home inspection business. And I met Alan Folio at another meetup when I was just going around, like really getting into it. And Alan was just like, oh yeah, like 4 years ago I used to drive a tractor. Now I have like 50 units. So I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. And then I go and do like one home inspection by myself, and I'd go through a crawl space, and I said never again.
Yeah.
So I called Alan, and I was like, hey, so what do you do exactly? And he was like, oh yeah, well, go get an app called Property Radar, go find the foreclosures, go knock them until someone wants to sell.
Wow.
And so I knocked foreclosures so much for my entire like first summer that my girlfriend thought I was cheating on her because I'd wake up and leave her at the house, and I'd just go knock foreclosures. I'm like, hey, you want to sell me your house? Hey, you want to sell me your house? Hey, you want to sell me your house?
Okay. Wow.
And so that's how I initially got into real estate.
And one more time, that was 2 years ago?
When was it? Like 2017?
Okay.
2018, yeah. So
Gotcha.
A year and a half, 2 years.
And when you started knocking on these doors, did you have any idea, what you were saying, or were you just kind of...
I think Alan gave me like a script, and then I just went out and just started knocking doors.
Wow. And how long did it take you to find your first deal?
Months.
Months?
Like months.
Okay.
I don't even know. I think my first official deal from door knocking took so long to go through. Me and Alan had already like progressed into a different part of like his business.
Okay.
And to where I wasn't even door knocking anymore. And I'd just been following up with the guy consistently.
Yeah.
And then my first actual deal, I think I cold called. And it was a little dinky house right like 2 blocks away from our office.
Okay.
And then I just brought it to Alan and we wholesaled it.
Nice.
And then the NOD deal from door knocking, I had a 1-page contract. I took it over there and I got it signed with a Sharpie. And yeah, that was like my first one by myself with Alan.
So, and you worked with Alan for what, a year?
I worked with Alan for a while. I worked with Alan until like the beginning of this year.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I worked with Alan until the beginning of this year.
And so, just so people kind of understand that progression, you worked with him, you saw his processes, and then you eventually kind of went out on your own just to like fly on your own is pretty much what you did, right?
Yeah.
So why, I guess two-sided question, why work for someone else and then why go out on your own?
Working for Alan Foley was probably the best decision I ever made.
Nice.
I mean, just from the mindset that he gave me, I mean, because he came from, you know, a story, and he created everything from nothing. And so the mindset, learning how to conduct myself in business was huge. Because, I mean, we'd be doing some phone calls. It's like, man, you just can't say that to people. Like, you gotta hold yourself a little bit more professional than that. And then processes and everything. And then it helped me a lot with multifamily evaluations. Because, I mean, Alan's a big units guy, and so I feel comfortable evaluating a lot of stuff.
That's great. So what we're going to do for you guys that are listening either on the podcast or watching on the YouTube channel is make sure you go to the show notes. We'll also put a link of Alan's video so you can understand his story. It's no wonder why Stratton is so successful because he learned from someone like Alan. But that's really, like Stratton, that's why I started this channel. That's why I love this whole business is because there's so many people, even just in our own backyard of Fresno, California. Yeah. Like, I just thought to myself, oh, I need to, you know, I signed up with Fortune Builders. I still to this day love that I did that. But part of the reason I did that was because I didn't think there was going to be help in my backyard. Yeah. And here we are where, you know, someone might be listening to this from Podunk, Iowa, thinking the same thing, like, who in the world am I going to go to for help? And they might have someone in their backyard, might be an entire community of people in their backyard.
Exactly.
What have you seen from that? I mean, do you see that entire community as well? And how has that really helped you too?
Oh yeah, I mean the meetup, I try and help people a lot with the meetup I host, and like help people get through things. And then I mean I talk to Matt all the time, I talk to Pritchard all the time, I talked to Michael Butler this morning. I mean I'm talking to all the other investors just about random stuff that's going on, anything else like that. And if I need help with anything, I can always reach out.
So why do you host a meetup group?
I started it with Alan, and we were just like, yeah, it's going to be good for networking. I mean, we'll JV with people on deals and everything else, and it only takes up like 2 hours out of my week, and I enjoy it at this point.
Have you seen that kind of come to fruition?
A little bit, yeah. The biggest thing, now that we're finally, like now we're really picking up, and we have sometimes like 60, 70 people coming tonight. Really, you start to see who's about it and who's not. Because you'll get people who just come to one, come to two, and then they fizzle out because they think it's too hard. And now, like, we're finally starting to see people like, okay, yeah, I'm going in. Oh, I got my first deal under contract. No, I wanted my first seller appointment and everything else. I mean, because YouTube and everything else makes the process look so easy.
Right.
To where it takes a really long time. At least I think. I mean, it's just a lot of stored up energy and just going and learning mistakes and everything else before things come into fruition.
Hey, Fearless Flipping community, we are taking a quick break from the podcast to talk about Airbnb. For those of you that don't know, I have built much of my residual income around Airbnb, despite a lot of other investors being really excited about long-term renters. I was not. I saw an opportunity with Airbnb to get to my goals faster, to get more cash flow, and to pay off my houses quicker too. So instead of being really happy like a lot of other investors are with $200 to $300 of cash flow every single month, I've turned my renters and rentals into over $1,000 on average of cash flow every single month. So if you want to learn more about Airbnb, my systems, where I pick my Airbnbs, how I communicate with guests. Maybe you've already got Airbnb as a business on the side right now, but you want to take it to the next level. I am absolutely here to help you. You can book a free consultation with me about Airbnb. Learn more by booking at fearlessflipping.com/consultation, and you get me for 30 minutes for free. That's right, 30 minutes absolutely free. And that's once again, fearlessflipping.com/consultation, and I'm looking forward to helping you conquer Airbnb investing.
So along those lines, you know, in today's world, and Adam Abadjan talks about it, YouTube University, you know, teaching yourself through YouTube, teaching yourself through these other resources, through these courses. But to me, if I don't have that person to call and to get an answer from even in my own backyard, especially, knowing the zip codes, knowing the neighborhoods, knowing the type of buyer, I'm going to be in trouble. That's the way I think about it. But with you, it seems like you are you're kind of that guy. Have you gotten into that standpoint of actually mentoring other people as well?
I mean, we help people all the time. We have a girl who just wanted to come to us and was like, yeah, I want a cold call for you. And just show me what you can do. Go on me a seller appointment. So I went on a seller appointment with a guy last week just to show him how to structure it and everything else. But yeah, I feel like if you don't have a mentor paying for it, because you're either going to pay for it with your time and more money, or you can just go to a conference and go to a legit one, not some random guru, to kind of show you the ropes, and then you can go from there.
Absolutely. So why do you think it's so important from that standpoint of hosting a meetup group, helping other people? Why do you think that's so important in this business?
I mean, it's a pretty tight-knit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, our community, I feel like, is really tight-knit. There's no one that we really don't know, and your name can get burnt off fast. And so I feel like if you're just helping people, you can just help each other grow more. Like, I had to call Michael this morning. I was like, hey, you bought a property right down the street from a property I'm evaluating. Would you sell it at? Just so I could know, like, okay, he sold it at that. I'll be able to offer this on that. And so just the community of it, because I don't think I've ran into deals on that with, like, opposing people that I know.
That's good. That's really good. So the other side of it for me, like, I look at it wholesaling, and I think part of me, like, wants to do what you do, but also doesn't want to do what you do. So I want people to just kind of understand, if I'm going to be a wholesaler, what are the realities, both pros and cons, of being a wholesaler?
For one, it's not no money down. It's a bunch of bullshit. Everybody's like, oh, you don't need money, you don't need credit, you don't need that. Well, you're going to need a couple $1,000s just to market the properties.
Okay.
Like, more times than not. I know Michael did it driving for dollars, and you can do it that way, but he still had to get deal machine. He had to send out postcards, everything else. You still got a cold call. And pros and cons. I mean, I love it, but I mean, I've created another job for myself until I can scale myself out.
And how do you do that?
Systems and hiring on people.
You've done a little bit of that. Can you share just a bit how that's working in your business?
It's going good. We have 2 VAs handling everything, and so we have VAs handling our texts, and then I'll take our inbound PPC calls. But our VAs handle text, and we have a VA 3 actually. So we have a VA doing cold calling as well.
Okay. So for those of the people that are listening right now, VA stands for virtual assistant. PPC stands for pay per click. So you're big, and we're going to talk about this on the next episode. More of your systems, especially in regards to cold calling and how you're getting these leads. But you're big on technology too, and so I feel like that's not something that is fully in gear yet. I feel like you're doing a good job of kind of, making that change in marketing to understand that, hey, there's text messaging, there's pay per click, there's all these different things. What's working for you right now?
We do a lot of texting.
Yeah?
We do a ton of texting. Texting, cold calling. We'll see how PPC works out. And then, I mean, I'll still drive for properties and look those up and everything else. And then I still got to cold call them. I'm trying to think. Craigslist ads. We got a Craigslist lead on Sunday. But yeah, Craigslist, PPC, texting, and cold calling.
Okay. So if texting is working best right now, I'm just curious, if someone's listening right now and they say, hey, I want to try out text messaging, where's the first place they should start?
Lead Sherpa or Roar, or Lead Sherpa, Roar, Smarter Contact, and Text Magic.
Okay. Spell Lead Sherpa for me.
Lead, L-E-A-D, and then Sherpa, however you spell Sherpa.
Okay, just Google it. Okay. So, Lead Sherpa, and what are they going to do when they get in there?
Pretty much they're going to say, do you have $500 to $1,000 to throw down for 3 months in marketing costs?
Okay.
Roar, it's the same thing. It's like a $500 minimum. I know Steve uses Text Magic. I haven't used them before, and then Smarter Contact, a bunch of their ads have popped up for me, and I haven't used them quite yet.
Okay. Is this automated where it's doing it for you, or do you have to manually input all these numbers?
We have to manually input everything.
Okay, wow.
So, I mean, we'll upload our lists, and then our marketing will start to go out.
Okay.
And that, with Lead Sherpa, you have to have someone click for everyone to go out, and I guess it's a little bit more TCPA compliant.
TCPA?
So people don't sue you. I don't
Okay.
know.
Got it.
I'm not a lawyer. So some people like Lead Sherpa that way. I like Roar because we send out at least like 3,000 to 4,000 texts a day.
Wow.
And so like if we can just keep that going and it's just on a constant wheel, it's a lot easier than having our VA click every time and then have to respond to all the texts that come in.
Okay. So you're a numbers guy, right?
I'm getting better.
You're getting better. Okay.
I'm getting better.
Do you have it down to where you know if I spend X amount of dollars on texting that I'm going to get
$500.
$500 is going to get you one lead, one deal?
$400 to $500 will get me a deal.
A deal. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's okay. So that's better than direct mail.
Yeah.
Direct mail, all the numbers I've heard is $1,000, $2,000 is going to get you one deal. So have you ever done any direct mail?
I did direct mail in Utah. My first deal without Alan was a virtual deal, and we sent it out to a vacant list. And my response rate was abysmal. And I just got like a random call when I was dead broke. And they're like, hey, we want to sell our house. So awesome. But that was the only lead we ever got from it.
Wow.
And we had a list of 1,000 or so that we were like marketing to on the vacant list for the greater Salt Lake area. And we got like 4 phone calls.
Wow. So I want to tie this back to something that you had told me. One of the first times we met, you played, what was it, your senior year with like a broken shin or something?
My neck was pretty messed up.
Your neck, okay.
Yeah, my neck was pretty messed up.
Neck, shin, same thing. And you went through that entire season through pain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To me, that's resiliency. Like that is showing that it doesn't matter what's going on, you're going to make it work. Do you have that same approach when it comes to wholesaling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, business is the ultimate sport. Like, I mean, because sports-wise, all I'm doing, I was working hard all the time so I could be the best. Now, people are working hard 24 hours a day to make more money than you to be the best. And so, I mean, I feel like if I'm not working, I'm losing money. And so it's that resiliency. I mean, I went, when was it? It was February till July, and I went without a deal.
Wow.
You know, I mean, now we've locked up quite a few, but still, I mean, that was a big gap of no money. And it was just the resilience to keep on pushing and everything else.
So during that time, February to July, you've got a son too. You know, like what are the things going through your head at that time?
Man, I just got to keep pushing. I mean, my parents were like, yo, you got to get a job. So I got a job selling like online advertising. Did it off my laptop. I was making ends meet, but I mean, it was just like, I got to keep pushing. I know what I want to do. And I mean, I'm already so deep into it. This is my only skill set in life. So I just got to keep going. I'm too deep into it now. Yeah.
And then from that time, like what are the things that you learned either about yourself or about your business to now from July until we're doing this at the end of September where you've closed a few deals since then? What either changed in your mind or changed in your business?
Now we have a lot more cash flow in our business. So, I've ramped up the marketing. I went to Steve Trang's event. And I pretty much went for texting scripts and how I want to conduct myself texting wise and a little bit of contracts and disposition stuff. And so I went to that with a tax return. I just spent my entire tax return on that, went out to Steve's event. And then after that, we did a deal that was our first deal in July. And I really think a lot of it I wasn't as consistent with it. And now, I mean, we're super consistent with it every day.
Well, I think what you're just saying here is just like what you mentioned, there's no such thing as not putting any money into this.
No.
And if you do put time into it, well, you're still driving for dollars, and that's gas money. Like there's still money that you're going to put into this. But what I'm hearing is that your investments are not necessarily in the houses; they're really in yourself.
Into myself and marketing. Yeah, I mean the houses and everything else. I mean, I even talked to Pritchard. He's like, bro, you got to work on yourself, and then I mean the deals are going to come, but you just don't know when. But you got to work on yourself as well. And a lot of it, I mean, sales skills. So I had to hammer my sales skills just because, I mean, if I do get a lead and I don't convert, then we're not eating and we got to go vegan for a week because we got to eat rice and beans.
Some people choose to do that all the time. I don't get it.
But yeah, just stuff like that. So, I mean, working on my sales skills every day and everything else.
So who was Stratton 2 years ago compared to today?
Man, Stratton 2 years ago. I was just kind of lost, man. I mean, I had no identity. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a football player. I'm going to the NFL. And then that was over with, and my son was just barely born. I was like, all right, now I need to make some money. And then now I feel like I've grown a significant amount, business-wise, personally, everything else.
That's awesome. Tell people a little bit about what we're going to learn in the next episode in regards to cold calling. I definitely want people to understand that this is a skill that if you're looking at whether it's wholesaling or flipping, that you're going to have to figure out. But what can people expect to learn about cold calling?
Cold calling, let's go over times, consistency, where to get your data, I feel like is huge. And some people use DataZap, and it's just awful data. You want to get the best numbers and everything else just so you know you're contacting the right people. Because if you're calling bad numbers for 4 hours a day, what are you doing?
Yeah, wasting time.
Wasting time.
And money.
And money.
Yeah. So what's next in your business?
I want to be the biggest acquisition company in the nation.
Wow.
That's the goal. And then obviously step out and then have other investments, and I'm doing other businesses. But that's the goal. I'm
excited to see that. I'm just excited to see where you're going to be at in a year or even a few months from now. I feel like you're crawling, you've gotten past that crawling stage and you're just flying now.
Yeah, it's picked up a decent amount lately.
That's good. That's good, man. Well, hey, thank you for helping our audience to conquer real estate investing. Any last words before we log off here?
Don't give up. You just can't give up. You got to be resilient.
You got to play like you got a broken neck, right?
Right. You got to play like you got a broken neck, and you got to make the NFL to make some money.
Perfect. Hey, thanks, Stratton.
All right, it's show notes time. fearlessflipping.com/Stratton. That's STRATTON. And you can check out all of the episode there, plus get connected with Stratton right there on the show notes. Make sure that you are doing everything Stratton just shared there. This guy was headed for the NFL. He had huge aspirations. When he fell flat on his face when it came to his dreams for the NFL, he didn't dwell on it. He didn't sulk. He didn't ask for sympathy. He just got up, dusted off the dirt, found the next thing, and it ended up being wholesaling for real estate. And now in the next episode, we are going to get into cold calling. So make sure you are checking in on that next episode. It's not exactly everyone's favorite thing to do, but it is something that you need to learn and master if you're going to get into wholesaling. So make sure to check out the next episode with Stratton where he gives his keys for wholesaling real estate. That's been it for Fearless Flipping. Go out and conquer real estate investing.